Fuck. Hey guys, how's it going? MainCommand here, and I thought I'd give this YouTube beta thing a try out or whatever. Interesting, exciting things going on with the channel that I'm planning to do in the future. I know for some reason I don't pick it up as naturally. The streaming thing is as naturally as most streamers do. I kind of struggle with it, and I'm just kind of really bad at it too. And just doing like a casual gaming playthrough. So if you guys want to join me, that'd be awesome. I'm looking forward to that, and I'm just gonna. I'm never consistent with any of my streams, but I would just kind of go through it from like start to finish and play it every day at like 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. So I don't know whatever time your zone is. Might be a different time for you, depending on where you live. And yeah, I'm just gonna go at it every day for maybe like I'm gonna try to hit like 1 week, or like I'm probably like 2 weeks because I'm gonna be casually playing it. I'm not gonna explore everything, but I'm just gonna hopefully beat the campaign. It's gonna be the Diablo 2 extension, and then tomorrow I think I might play a little bit of Planet Side 2. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And it should be interesting because I'm really kind of like whenever I play it, I'm always gun ho on building the bases and whatnot. I always love getting a base built, like a good solid base, or at least just get something up instead of just mindlessly and pointlessly constantly taking territories. I love the base aspect of it, even though they kind of nerfed it, which really kind of sucks. And yeah, I had something else in mind. I was planning to do like a live stream with the classic YouTube thing. Haven't even gone around to doing Twitch because I'm just lazy as fudge. But yeah, so that and then some other stuff and plans I've got in the future. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And as for my life, just thought I'd share it with you guys, throw a little bit of it out there. Well, my car's broken down and I've sent it to mechanic and he doesn't quite know what's wrong with it. And already I spent quite a bit of money trying to repair it. Kind of just looking for a part-time job just to save up a little bit of money and eventually get a life and get my ass and start like maybe taking like a course or two. I have no idea what I want to do for a living. I was thinking about becoming a mechanic, but that's just so I can kind of like fix and repair my car and whatnot. That'll be the only reason I do it, but I don't see the sense in like going to school for like 4 years just to do that and become a mechanic. You know what I mean? But who knows? Might do something with computers down the road because it's related to YouTubing. I like to YouTube. I'd love to do it full time, but for me, at the moment, it's just going to be more of like a hobby and me kind of messing around and trying new things. And most of the time, something always going bad in my videos and me basically failing miserably at it. But whatever. You give it a shot. You have a passion for something, go for it. Because I sure as hell don't really have a passion or drive for anything. But that's just kind of me. And I wonder why the lighting is so shitty with my webcam, man. I don't know. I thought it'd be way better. The only thing worse than this picture is the thumbnail. You know what I mean? I was just kind of like, what? Snapshot, surprise thumbnail. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, man. You guys are more than welcome to join. I think this is pretty much just going to be 20 minutes talking to myself, man. It's kind of interesting. Seeing some videos on YouTube, somebody like hiding in my room. There's some Asian dude, or I think he might be Japanese. I don't even know, but his videos are kind of interesting. But he just kind of like puts everything out there, like some crazy intimate details and stuff. And he's got quite a few people watching him. And it was funny because he just like one point walked away from the mic, and then I don't know. I don't even think he was coming back. And there's just like 300 people just chatting away in the stream, saying all kinds of stuff. I thought that they were bots, but it was just interesting and funny. So anyways, apart from playing that Diablo 2 extension, not this coming Wednesday, but next coming Wednesday, and Planet Side 2 that I'm going to play tomorrow, and try maybe a couple things out with my stream and my car that I got to get running, the courses I got to take. I pretty much don't have a lot going on. Anyways, let me know what you guys are up to. I'm just kind of curious. So yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of things I don't like that the YouTube like the beta version has, but I guess it's a work in progress. And there's a few things I do have, like The live stream, I think, is a little bit better, but I'm just like, I don't know, if I get used to something, I'll just, you know, be stuck to, like, I'll just get used to, and I like to just stay with it. I don't like to change and learn new stuff, etc. Even if it's better, I'll kind of get around to it. You know what I mean? So yeah. So I got two channels: Revelation Gamers, where I just make videos, and my other channel, this one, MainCommand, where I just kind of live stream, whether it's gaming or just chatting or having a live session or whatever. If you guys ever feel like joining, telling me about your day, whether it's you were it was a great day, you're happy, excited, or you're depressed as hell and sad and thinking about let me know about it, man. I'll just throw a chat in the comments or whatever. And yeah, I don't even know if this thing's live, but I'm assuming it's live. 6 minutes, and I actually run out of things to say, man. It's weird though, man. I'm kind of like, in a sense, talking to myself, but I kind of find a way, or I'm thinking about try to like have a 20-minute session where I'm just rambling on about random stuff, unless I'm given something to talk about. And yeah, it's fucking awkward, I guess, for me anyways. Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna make like a new Expendables movie. I've seen all three of them and they're pretty good. Or if there's anything worth checking out in the theaters or cinemas, you guys gotta let me know. Otherwise, for the most part, I just watch Netflix, games. Sometimes we'll mess around with YouTube and live streaming and stuff like that and whatnot. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. Trying to spade the thing out. Well, there was no way that the picture was awful, man. Their picture was so freaking awful. The expressionless face, just because got that Halo picture in the back of my room, man. I really like it, man. I'm a huge fan of the first Halo. Apart from that, I don't know. I think every Halo every Halo series tried to live up to the first one. You guys know what I'm talking about, the Xbox version, the classic, that when they're on that little ring, and then Halo 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever. They're just gonna be trying to try to catch up to the standards of the first Halo. You guys might have your own personal favorite, but the first one was a classic and my favorite. And I kind of played through the second one on easy mode, but the first one I beat it on every difficulty mode, even legendary, and that took me forever, like a really long freaking time, man. I remember like I was doing this like one mission where it was like I don't know, I was like halfway through the game. I'm on the ring area trying to move against like some Covenant advancement, and the AI is kind of like, well, this was first Halo, so a while ago. The AI is not that bright, but I had 4 guys set up in like the perfect position. It was like where the Covenant was gonna go outside their little entrance freaking building, whatever it was, on the ring. And I basically had the perfect position, and I gave the controller to my bro because he was just kind of visiting. I'm like, oh, here you go, and he took it, and then he just started shooting my guys, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like I spent so much time getting there and setting up the position, and for some reason I don't even know why I handed the controller to my bro. It was all downhill from there, man. Oh, yeah. I like StarCraft too, man. I like the first one more for some reason, but I don't think nobody ever plays the first one, and the second one's kind of convenient. I don't even know if the first StarCraft would work for Windows 10. I don't know. A game that I really miss that I can't play on Windows 10, like I've got an old CD of Age of Empires 2. I love that game. It was a classic. I play that game for hours on end. Like I fucking love that game. And then when I switched over to Windows 10, I had like an old XP. I couldn't play it though, man. I couldn't play it on Windows 10, man. It sucks so much. Oh, man. It was such a bummer. And so basically, I just had like one last gameplay on Windows XP, and it was like a really awesome match against an AI. I don't know if people don't play Age of Empires 2 anymore, or if it's just kind of like I always just play against the computer, and it's just like me versus like another like maybe 2 or 3 computers. But I love playing on the gigantic maps, having a max population of like 200. And then what was it? What was I gonna? Yeah, and then I love playing on that little. I don't know what it's called, but it's like a huge forest area. It's pretty awesome. This is my favorite map. Like there were trees everywhere. So what I would do is I'd like set up walls and stuff, and then I would set it, and then I would like fortify those walls, upgrade them. You know, you go through all the ages and all that other crud when you get all your upgrades and all that. And I'd make like literally at my. I remember this one time I had like literally. It was like my town hall. I had my city. Then there was like the outer walls, the mid wall, or the inner walls, the outer walls, and mid wall, or the inner walls, outer, mid walls, and outer walls. And my outer walls, there was like 3 or 4 of them, and it was like a huge siege battle where I'd send in. It was just good times, man. Same with Total Annihilation. I love that game so much. It was I'd always send my freaking my cavalry around because the AI was kind of dumb. Well, not dumb, but I'd always send them around so they destroy all the trebuchets. They take out all the freaking catapults and all that. And this would, and they'd be like, the AI would be like marching, or computer that you're against would be marching in like columns, and I'll take out all their heavy equipment, and then they'd be attacking their gate with units, and I just basically have a bunch of like pikemen, which was like a super cheap unit. I didn't like spending a lot of gold. I'd save it up for my trebuchets and my castle and all my upgrades and stuff, and my later units that I'd always keep in like reserve. But mostly I just like using cheap units because they didn't even cost gold. All they cost was like 25 wood and like 35 food, which was ridiculous. And I'd just have an army of those guys. They're weak against certain types of units like cavalry units, but they were just awesome against like most units by the gate, because they would just kind of throw their spears and their super cheap unit, and I'd just be like dominating. And I didn't even want to beat the computer. I just would want to have like 3 or 4 of those computers just send in like massive forces. Like they'd be sending in a ton of forces to just kind of try to storm the gates and whatnot. And I'd just have like just kind of keep getting speared, right? So I'd have my crossbowmen or whatever, longbowmen in the castle fully upgraded. So the castle would have all these arrows raining down, along with the 20 bowmen inside the castle, and then like 50 of those freaking skirmishers or whatever. And it was just awesome. Moving my cavalry to take out all their heavy units, and then wipe out all the units trying to attack the wall. And I wouldn't even repair it till it went down. And I'd beat back the enemy, and I'd rebuild it and just put in another wall and another wall. And it was just awesome. And then at one point, I would just kind of hold back my cavalry. They would just start flinging trebuchets and all that other stuff at the walls, take down at like 4 or 5 walls. And I'd just be laughing, let them move into the mid keep or like the mid, walls or whatever, and then just kind of have them in a kill zone. And then kind of like when I eventually got tired after like, I don't know, must have been like 3, 4, sometimes like even 7, 8 hours of playing, I just like, all right, it's time to wrap this up and end this game. Sometimes I'd save it and then finish it another day off, but I'd always like doing that, starting that and finishing off that same day. It was actually pretty awesome, but it was just such a waste of freaking time. Oh man, don't even get me started on Total Annihilation, man. That was a classic game. I just love setting up those freaking Berthas or whatever. I'd always love being the arm and fighting the core, and I'd fight them on small, mid, and big maps. But I think like mid to big maps were my favorite, when I would go against 3 other commanders, and I'd set up my huge. I don't even know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but huge, just guardians and stuff, and just like blow the shit out of other units. And then I'd have like a bunch of like specialized units just set up, and then like I wouldn't even use Dragon's Teeth, because they would just basically take up so much like they take up 1 unit, and you can only have 200 units. They wouldn't count as a building. You could have as many buildings as you want. So, and I wouldn't even have that many. Like I'd kind of just upgrade the building so it's like a mega mine instead of just your regular metal extractor or whatever. And then I would just love get everything, like have like an inner solid base that's like impenetrable, and then I'd move outer if I'd be winning a game and dominating, and then I just kind of make a kind of weak defense around like all these fallen machines, and then I'd have my units just using the machines as cover. And I don't know what it was, but it was just so fun and entertaining. Yeah, so many games, man. I used to play Duke Nukem for a bit. It was kind of fun. I played it a little bit. Like I'd spend a few hours playing it. I'd finish the first part, and then I'd kind of like force myself to finish the second part, finish like half the game. But then again, I would never really like I would never finish. There's 4 parts to it basically. There's 4 episodes. I'd only finish 2, and then I would like do the 3rd episode and 4th episode and beat the first 2 levels, and then I'm like, yeah, I would just completely lose interest in it to the point where I couldn't even force myself to play the game. But it's just so many, quite a few childhood like or older games that stood out. Like StarCraft, I guess Warcraft a little bit, like the first one. Oh, I'm a sucker for the classics. And then I would just kind of play those games, and then occasionally like spend a little bit of time on some other just simple games and stuff like that. And I don't know what it is, but I just loved gaming, man. I'd spend way too much time on playing games when I should have just been out there living life instead of here talking to myself. But yeah, so if you're out there and you've got like, man, I don't have anything going for you, and you're like, I don't have a life, be like, join the club, man. You're not the only one. So you can be relieved to know that. But yeah, you know what? I think that's going to do it for this stream. It says I'm live, but I don't even know if it's recording. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's kind of cool though. I like the layout of this whole beta thing. It's like YouTube Live, tells you the number watching you, thumbs up, and then there's just like, yeah, you got like a bunch of smiley Emicon faces down below. Man, it's pretty dope. Well, they always put the first Emicons, the best ones first. Like there's no, and then like the farther you go, the worse are the Emicon. Like what the frick? That's like tap water. Do you have the time? Just copy and paste. I love copy and pasting, man. It's freaking yeah. Wait, the frick. And yeah, man, I think that's gonna do it for this live stream. So that's my future plan. Thanks for joining, guys. Thanks for joining me, guys, and hopefully I'll catch you in my future live streams. Until then, keep it real and take it easy.